What? What are you doing?
Nothing. I just want to show all your subscribers Ace.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Hamaz. That is my YouTube channel, and welcome to another video here. And this is my guest today.
Hi, I'm Zain. I've known Hamza since high school.
His YouTube channel is StrawHatZain. The link will be in the description below. Today, what we were going to talk about is about Zoro.
Yes.
And because we thought that Zoro might be from Wano, he specified it. I thought maybe he's not from. I thought he's just from the East Blue. It's because he's an idiot basically because he can't follow one direction, right? So also actually that makes him even more positive. He can't follow one direction, right? So also actually that makes him even more plausible. He might have, but he was like a little child when he came to the village where he went to his dojo and he trained, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that might have happened. But then you also know that Sanji is also from the North Blue and he ended up in the East Blue somehow. But that was because if you remember when he was escaping from his from Germa 66, the ship that ship was in the North Blue at that time, and he boarded it, and that ship took him to the East Blue. So that might have kind of happened. You don't really know. It's just speculation at this time.
Okay, maybe it hasn't been shown yet in the anime or manga about Zoro's parents. Like his parents' backstory is gonna be told in Wano.
Yeah, but the thing with storytelling here is that it could be anything, right? For example, if you look at Luffy, right?
Mm-hmm.
His father, the Revolutionary Army. How in the world was that possible? I mean, we didn't know anything about that. We couldn't have even thought of that, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at that, the fact that Ace, his father was Goldie Roger, mm-hmm. and his name was Portugal's the Ace, and it could because things that we storytelling that they can make up stuff on the as he's going along, and then we just gonna accept it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with storytelling. Whenever you have question marks, you can create whatever you want with it. Right? He could somehow be from Wano. I mean, if Sanji can be a German 66 prince, like literally he could be a prince. He's literally the third son. He's the third prince of the German.
That was a surprising story to hear from Sanji. I did not expect his backstory to be like that.
Well, I mean, there was like a foreshadowing in if you remember when Luffy what's his name, the guy that wants to capture him from the Marines. I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Oh, Captain Smoker?
Yeah, Smokey.
Yeah.
Him, Zoro, and Nami, and all of them were in a cage, and they were going to be drowned by crocodile and Nico if you remember.
Yes.
In Arabasta. Yeah. And then Sanji called and he says, and crocodile, who is this? He's like, my name is Mr. Prince.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember
that. Yeah. That was a foreshadowing, but because we didn't know anything about it, we really couldn't piece the stuff together. And because we know that Zoro is a keen
but
swordsman.
He could have said that out of context. Sanji.
Yeah, he could have said it out of context, but I'm just saying that might could have been a foreshadowing. He asked him, who are you? He could have made anything, but he specifically chose Mr. Prince. Sometimes you gotta look at what Oda is doing as like a foreshadowing, right?
Have you so far in One Piece, have you seen any foreshadowing that would happen for Zoro?
For Zoro, yeah. Well, the thing is that if you look at Ryuma, right, when he was younger, right, he looked a little like what I think personally, like, he looked a little bit like Zoro, and because of that's a very weak argument, but I feel like because Zoro is a very avid swordsman, and the fact that he has like a bunch of cursed swords and he's perfectly fine with it, right? That could mean he may be from that area, or
I think there's also something. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, whatever. Just go.
Like no other person can wield like an ancient sword that's like possessed. You know what I mean? When Zoro's in that shop and he can wield it perfectly, I think it's because his descendants are like he's part of the descendants of like the samurais.
It could also be that his parents might not actually be from Wano, but that for example, if most people from North America, like their European descent, their parents, their grandparents all were born in North America, but their descent is still from Europe, right? It could be something like that. Like for example, his father, mother, his grandparents might have migrated from Wano to wherever the East Blue or North Blue, even though it's a crime to leave, they might have done it. Because Ryuma did it. Who knows? Multiple people done. We the thing with Wano is that we don't really know, so we can do whatever we want here. It's just a story, man.
When we were reading, like earlier, did it say anything about the Wano getting attacked with fire or anything?
With fire?
Maybe. Like getting it turned down with like fire.
Yeah, because Kaido attacked it and killed the Momonosuke's father.
How about this? How about
What else? What else do you think that him being from Wano Kuni?
Him being from Wano.
It's
isolated area.
Yeah, but we could also talk about how being from Wano really doesn't really matter with Zoro, right? He doesn't really have to be from Wano. At this point, the problem is this, right? The reason people are saying he might be from Wano, like all the big YouTubers are saying, Zoro might be from Wano. Well, let's put it to whatever the hell I was gonna say, test, right? Now, you look at Zoro doesn't have to be from Wano, right? It's like saying that Crocodile is from Arabasta. Is he from Arabasta?
No, he's not.
He lives there.
Yeah.
Okay? Zoro doesn't even live there. He could, for example, Rayleigh. He's a very good swordsman, right? He could keep his own against.
Just for you One Piece fans, there's gonna be a lot of like history about Zoro when Wano arc comes by.
Well,
that's what I believe.
That's what he believes.
That's my theory.
Okay. Well, when Rayleigh was first fighting Kizaru, he was able to hold his own, right? And he's not from, to our best knowledge, he's not from Wano. He might. Yeah. So, he doesn't really have to be from Wano. It just we would really want him to be from Wano, just so it fits into our own little imagination. But remember, this is Oda's story, and he can do whatever the hell he wants. For example, we haven't really explored where Nami is from either, right?
Yeah.
We just know she's an orphan.
That is true.
I mean, like we could find someone with a picture of Nami as a child, and she goes, "Oh, those are my parents," and then we can just figure out who her parents are, and then from that, right? So we could do anything can happen, right? And Zoro might have lost memory too, right? Like you could like Goku, like from Dragon Ball Super. He lost his memory and doesn't remember anything from Planet Vegeta. Anything he's from Earth, right? And he doesn't remember anything. There's so many ways things that can happen, for Zoro's backstory, and so we can only speculate. Wano being one from Wano is just very. It would really make us really happy. But
yeah.
It doesn't really have to be. We just think it's very good for us because him being from Wano could be. Oh, we all know he was from Wano, and then you forget that Sanji. Who knew where Sanji was from? We thought Sanji was from the East Blue.
And then look where it turned out to be. Yeah, exactly.
He's a damn prince. He has all the money, right? And
so like Odo's just really good at hiding all the secrets for the backstories.
Well, he cures them as he's probably going on.
He's what?
Or he probably has the stories in. He probably has all the arcs laid out, and then he's just going on. He probably has like a lot of flexibility with what he can do, what he will do. So he goes along with it. Because for example, you go with it. Dressrosa was like less than a day, and
it took about 2 years.
Yeah, and the whole cake arc was.
If you binge watch it, it took me about almost 2 months. Or maybe a month.
Whole cake arc was like I'm pretty sure Luffy and Katakuri's fight was longer than the entire Dressrosa arc, right? And look how fast that Big Mom happened. It might be because of the importance, right? Right. Right now, here's the thing: we can just speculate about Zoro, and we really don't know anything until we know more, right? We'll be able to properly answer this, right? And
maybe
multiple characters' backstories we didn't really know, and we didn't really know the entirety of the extent to it, and there might be other people that may know more. For example, Trafalgar Law, right? He kept saying he was a character that was part of the Doflamingo's group when he was a child, but then but Corazon saved him because he was known as he had a D in his initial as a middle initial, and Corazon wanted to save him from Doflamingo, because Doflamingo would have killed him if he had figured that out.
Yeah.
Like for example, it's the weirdest thing. Law has a connection with Sengoku because of that. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Sengoku is basically Law's. Okay, so basically Law is basically connected with Sengoku through Corazon, right?
Yeah.
And
like a guardian. I won't say it, a guardian.
Like just cause.
Corazon was the guardian.
The thing is that Sengoku, like he basically loved Corazon and Corazon loved Law, because that connection, you know that.
That's such a sad backstory.
Yeah, such a backstory. And then you don't even know Sengoku. The funny part is it involves Sengoku. Sengoku is supposed to be like the guy who's like a pillar, right? He doesn't move. His morality, he doesn't have one, but his morality is like Law is black and white, nothing else. And then you see Corazon, and then you see Law. He doesn't even arrest Law. He says, "Oh yeah, if I was an admiral, I would arrest you." But who knows about that? If he's just because I think we're done now. We will keep doing other videos, and
yep, I'll keep coming back constantly.
Yeah, and we'll do some videos for his channel too, and then I'll talk about more about One Piece, and I'm gonna start doing about discussions about another. It's a manga that's being closed, but I really want to talk about it. It's known as Frankenfran. It's like a horror type of comedy. It's for more like adults, right? So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Boruto, and talk about a bunch of other.
You're reviewing Boruto as well?
Boruto, yeah. I'm gonna do the new one, and then one more. We'll do the latest chapter 105 for Attack on Titan, and see what's happening. Okay, and so this is Hamos saying goodbye, and
this is StrawHatZain.